Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Hello everyone. I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know, guys. No issues. Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, so how are you guys? How is everybody? Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How is everyone? How are you? Fine. Okay, that's great. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so there might be some issues with my voice. Okay, it's still not fine, but I hope that you guys are able to like understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. Okay, great. Good. What about you? I'm also great, man. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, so today we are going to start off with JavaScript. Okay, we will be starting off with the practicals in JavaScript. The next 2 days we are going to spend learning JavaScript itself. Okay, that will be the aim of this particular class. And yeah, uh, Adarsh Soni, this is backend web development. I think so. You should be able to see it from the title of the class itself. Okay, okay. Okay, so from yesterday's class, were you guys able to learn anything new? Please do let me know. Were you guys able to learn anything new from your yesterday's class, guys? Please do let me know. Great. No issues in that. Okay, so that's amazing that you guys are able to learn something every single day. So that is the aim of these boot camps, to introduce you guys to something new every single time that you come. So the backend web development boot camp, like I've already said, we'll be starting out with JavaScript, then we'll be moving on to Node.js, Express, as well as some terminal commands that we are going to learn. After that, we'll be moving on to the project, and after that, you will be having one more class on API development and APIs in general using Postman. So that will be the entire like catalog for this particular boot camp. Of course, it is going to take a little bit more time than 7 days. Okay, it might be extending by a day or two. So I hope that that is okay with you guys. Okay. In full stack development, what is the duration of our university exams? Will there be concession in attendance or classes? You don't have to worry about that. So if there is like a exam or something like that, the instructor will help you guys with some extra classes so that you are able to cope up with the rest of the class. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Okay, so can you guys let me know what have we studied in our yesterday's class, guys? Can you guys let me know what have we studied in our yesterday's class, guys? Please let me know. Can you guys let me know what have we studied in our yesterday's class, guys? Please let me know. Servers, cloud computing, a bit of DevOps, okay? Introduction to your front end and back end web development. How does the internet work? Okay, that's great. You guys are able to remember everything. Amazing, guys. So today our job is to start off with React. Oh, sorry, so not start off with React, start off with JavaScript. Okay, so today and tomorrow we are going to focus much more upon JavaScript itself. We'll be waiting for half a more minute so that everyone is able to join us, and then we'll start with our today's class, guys. Okay, we'll be waiting for half a minute more, and then we'll start off with our today's class. Now, I'm able to understand many of you don't have a laptop to work upon. Okay, so what I've done during the entire period of the boot camp as well as the project, you guys can work out from your mobile phone as well. For the first 2 days of JavaScript, okay, that is today and tomorrow, you guys might need a laptop to practice everything. But those who don't have a laptop, do not worry about it. Okay, just listen to me carefully, try to understand what we are trying to teach. Okay, for the first 2 days, that is in JavaScript, just try to understand everything that I'm trying to say. From the third day onwards, okay, that is day after tomorrow, we'll be starting out with Node, Express, as well as terminal commands. Even the project, you will be able to do it from your mobile phone as well. I've tried to make sure that we are able to do it from your mobile phone, so you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, just focus upon the class properly. Okay, guys, are you able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand what I'm trying to say? Please let me know. Today and tomorrow, whatever we are trying to do, okay, that is going to happen. JavaScript, okay, you don't have to install anything or like that. Just listen to me. If you don't have a laptop, just listen to me properly for today and tomorrow. After that, whatever we are doing, you will be able to do it from your mobile phone as well. I made sure of it, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Okay, so let's get started right now with our today's class, guys. Okay, so JavaScript as a language has a lot of functionality. Okay, any website that you're visiting, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Instagram, whether it be any other website that you are visiting, won't even work without JavaScript. Let us look at that right now. Let us try to see if I am right or wrong. Let me just open this up. Let's try to go to Instagram. Okay, well, let's try to first go to Instagram right now. So this is our Instagram page. As you're able to see, this is the Instagram page that we are having. If you guys want, you can follow us to Instagram as well. The links for the same is down in the description of the video. So let us try to see one more thing. So the Chrome extension that I'm using right now is called as Web Developer. Okay, so you can search for Web Developer Chrome extension on Google. You will be able to find it right over here. Okay, you can install it into your browsers as well to use it. Okay, I'm just using this particular Chrome extension to show you guys what happens to our websites without JavaScript. Okay, so let's see what happens to Instagram first of all. So I'm going to use this particular Chrome extension right over here, and I'm going to disable JavaScript. Okay, I'm going to disable JavaScript right over here. I've disabled JavaScript. Now if I'm trying to open up Instagram, you're able to see that Instagram won't even load up without JavaScript. Okay, Instagram won't even load up without JavaScript. Similar to that, if I'm trying to open YouTube, okay, if I'm trying to open YouTube right over here, YouTube won't even open up without JavaScript. As you're able to see, YouTube will also not even load up without JavaScript. If I'm trying to access, let's say, Netflix, I'm trying to access Netflix right over here, you are able to see that Netflix is giving me a message. Looks like you have disabled JavaScript. Please enable JavaScript to restore full page functionality. See, when Netflix is not working properly without JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript has become so engrossed into our lives itself, embossed into our lives itself, that is through these websites, that 90% of the net won't even work without JavaScript. That is the reason why right now JavaScript is one of the topmost in demand languages out there. At the first position it's JavaScript, at the second position it's Python. So JavaScript is a very important language to learn at the end of the day. Okay, so that is the reason why we are going to learn JavaScript. Okay, so let's get started right away, guys. So let me just open up a Chrome browser. First of all, we need to enable JavaScript right over here. Let's enable JavaScript. Let's reload the page. Okay, let's take it out. So like I said, please remember one of the things. Okay, I always like to start whatever I'm teaching from the utmost basics. That is how I like to build up concepts. I know, so I've been coding since the past 7 years. So I know how to use an IDE. I know when to use an IDE. I know when to use a console, when to use snippets. But I try to take things from the utmost basics. Okay, so that you guys, anybody that is attending this particular bootcamp, no matter from which particular branch or which particular field of study he is from or she is from, they are able to understand everything, and you guys are able to also build your concepts in a similar way. Okay, so whatever I'm teaching, please try to understand it, please try to focus upon the class, and you will be able to learn a lot from this. Okay, so right now what we are going to do is just open up any of the web pages, and please do not code along with me. Okay, do not code along with me. When you're coding along with me, you are not listening to me the entire time. When you're not listening to me, you are skipping out on concepts. If you're skipping out on concepts, you won't be able to understand the entire stuff. So please make sure that there's no distraction around you. Okay, go to an isolated room, take out a notebook and a pen, listen to me carefully, jot down notes, whatever I'm trying to say. Okay, that is something that you need to make sure that you are doing in the entire period of the boot camp. Whenever the boot camp is happening, you should give me 100% of your attention, so that you are able to listen to everything properly. After the boot camp, after the class has ended, after that, whatever I've taught in the class, whatever notes that you have taken up, try to do it on your own. Whatever I've taught in the class, try to do it on your own. It will help you recollect things for a longer period of time. Okay, so try to make sure that you are able to do that. That will build up your concepts, your basics, your fundamentals will be very strong. Okay, so let's try to do this. What is the difference between Java and JavaScript? So basically, Guido van Rossum, this is a particular person who had created JavaScript, and he created JavaScript as a language that usually takes almost 15 days to learn the entire JavaScript as a language itself. He created that language in 10 days. Okay, it took him 10 days to create JavaScript, and at that point of time, nobody was using JavaScript. This is I'm talking about like 1990s and 1980s. Nobody was using JavaScript at that point of time. Everybody was too focused. Okay, that point of time, 1990s, the most used language was Java. So what Guido did was he renamed. So initially the name of JavaScript was LiveScript. Okay, he renamed it to JavaScript. There's no relation between Java and JavaScript. There was no relation at all. Okay, it was just a marketing tactic. When everybody is using Java and a new language comes into place that is called as JavaScript, people will think that it is somehow related to Java, and that is how people started using JavaScript. And right now 90% of the entire internet lives and breathes in JavaScript. So that was just a marketing tactic. The similarity between Java and JavaScript is the same as how similar apple and pineapple are. The only thing common in between apple and pineapple is the spelling of the word apple. That's it. There's nothing else in, like, yes, both of them are fruits, but there's nothing else in common between them. The same goes on with Java and JavaScript as well. It is just a marketing tactic. There's no relation between them. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So once you've opened up a page, what you have to do is you have to right click anywhere on the website itself. Anywhere on the website you can do a right click and then open up the inspect element. Okay, there is an option. There's back, forward, reload, save as, print, cast, view page source, and then inspect. I want you guys to select inspect right over here. It will open up a panel down below. Okay, in this panel you are able to see that you're getting some options on the top. You're having console, you're having elements, you're having sources, network, then a double arrow, and then you are having performance, memory, application, security, lighthouse, recorder, and performance insights. So there are a lot many options available from right over here. I want you guys to select console. I want you guys to select console from right over here, and this is the place where we are going to start writing our JavaScript code. Okay, this is the place where we are going to start writing our JavaScript code, guys. Okay, so right over here, the first thing, whenever you are starting out, so many of you might be Indians, some of you might be from any other country as well. So how, like, those guys who are not from India, can you guys let me know from which country are you from, so that I'm getting some idea about like from like which other countries are students joining us for this particular boot camp. Guys, can you let me know if you're not from India, from which particular country are you from? Okay, just to get some idea about it. Okay, so people are joining us from Nepal, Lebanon, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Uzbekistan, Vatican City. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're not from Vatican City. Pakistan, Kenya, Dubai, Nigeria. Okay, that's great. South Antarctica. So I'm pretty sure you're not from South Antarctica, guys. Okay, Norway. Okay, so that's great. So people are joining us from other countries as well. So let me tell you something about India. Okay, so there is a like it in India there's a ritual that we follow. Okay, whenever we are going to start with something new, okay, whenever we Indians start with something new, there's a ritual, there's a thing that we do, that is like eating curd and sugar before doing that. Okay, anything that you are going to start new, okay, you eat curd and sugar before doing that. It is something that we feel that is very auspicious to us. Okay, so the same thing for programming is also true. Okay, for programming as well, we programmers consider that whenever you're going to start off with a new programming language, you should write hello world in that particular language itself. Okay, you should write hello world in that particular language, and that is what we are going to do right now. We're going to first, before starting learning JavaScript, we are going to write hello world, we are going to print hello world using JavaScript itself. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. For doing that, we are going to use a function in JavaScript, an inbuilt function in JavaScript called as an alert. Okay, so alert is an English word. Okay, alert is an English word. Can you guys let me know what like is the meaning of alert in normal English, guys? What do you understand by the word alert in normal English? Can you guys let me know? What do you understand by the word alert in normal English, guys? Can you guys let me know? So notification, that's a good example. Notification, warning. Okay, be alert. So that is like just writing the word up once again. Okay, warning, caution, notification. Okay, that's great. So notification or warning or alerting someone. Okay, that is the meaning behind the word alert. So notification, so that is what we are going to create. Okay, so JavaScript provides us a function, provides us a tool to be able to create notifications, okay, inside of your browser. We are going to create that notification using the keyword alert. So first of all, we are going to write alert right over here. Okay, alert, and then parenthesis, and then semicolon. Okay, this is the function that we are going to use to be able to create an alert, to be able to create a notification. Okay, so just like in your normal English sentence, okay, whenever you are closing in a sentence itself, you are putting up a full stop at the end. In the similar way, when you are writing a notification, like you're writing a code, a piece of line in JavaScript, you put up a semicolon at the end. Now please guys, remember this, that even if you're not putting up a semicolon, your code will work absolutely fine. Your code, like there won't be any issues with the code. But I will still suggest you guys to put up a semicolon, because at a later point of time, when you're writing like multiple lines of code, like 10,000 lines of code in JavaScript, at that point of time you might end up getting some unknown errors, and you want to avoid that. That is the reason why it's always a great practice. Okay, it's always a great practice to put up a semicolon at the end of your code. Okay, to put up a semicolon at the end of your code itself. So what we're going to do is the message that we want to show up inside of your notification, okay, is that hello world. Okay, we want to show the message hello world inside of our notification. So for that, we are going to put up the text that is hello world inside of our alert. Okay, inside of our alert, we are going to put up hello world right over here. Now when you're pressing enter, as soon as you are pressing enter right now, it will run this particular line of code. Okay, your console will run this particular line of code, and as you're able to see, you are getting an alert, you're getting a notification that is saying that Chrome new tab page says hello world. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. So for those guys who are late in our today's class and who are not able to understand where I'm writing my code, okay, so what you have to do is you can open up any of the tabs. Okay, you can do a right click right over there. You can select inspect from the options. Okay, you can select inspect from the options. That will open up this particular entire page. You have to select console from right over there, and this is where we are writing our code. Okay, for those who are late in our today's class and were not able to figure out where to write the code, I hope that now you are able to understand it. Now again, I am specifying this, please do not write the code along with me. Please do not code along with me. Please listen to me very carefully. Okay, at the end of the class, whatever notes that you have taken up, try to do it on your own. Okay, please try to make sure of it. Okay, so now we can move further with this. So this is how we are able to put up our alert. Okay, we are able to put up our alert right over here. Uh, so why are we writing our code here? That you will be able to understand in 3 days, not right now. If I'm telling you right now, you won't be able to understand shit. Okay, that's the reason why first we'll be using this, and slowly and steadily we'll be understanding what are the demerits of using this. And on the third day, you will be able to understand why are we using a browser to write our code. Okay, so slowly and steadily, like I said again and again, I know. I've been coding for 7 years. There's a reason why I'm using the console to write the code. It is to make you guys understand something. Okay, so please be patient. Try to learn. Do not question my teaching. Okay, I've been teaching for the past 3 years right now. Do not question the teaching aspect of it. Yes, but if you have any doubts, you're not able to understand the code, do let me know. I will help you guys out. Okay. Okay, so let's continue from right over here. Now that you have understood your alert, okay, you have understood alert itself. The next particular thing that you need to understand is how to use this particular alert. Okay, now there are a lot of different data that is there inside of your whenever you're using any kind of, like, you would be using numbers, you would be using decimal points, you will be using like strings. For example, this particular thing, okay, inside of quotation marks is called as a string in JavaScript. And as there are a lot of different types of data that is there, we classify them as into different data types. Okay, we classify them into different data types. Okay, so let me just open up a PPT so that I'm able to show it to you guys. Give me a second. Think so it should be here. Okay, so as you're able to see, anything that you're putting up in a single inverted commas or into a double inverted commas is called as a string. Okay, you can have like spaces in it, you can have characters in it, you can have numbers inside of it, you can have like special characters inside of it. Okay, that is called as a string. Okay, the next particular data type that is available is called as numbers in JavaScript. These are like any type of numbers, 1 2 3 4 3.14, any type of decimal numbers, any type of integers that will be classified as numbers in JavaScript. Okay, these are some of the terminologies that you need to understand. Okay, the next particular thing is Boolean. Okay, that is the true and the false values. Now you must have learned about Boolean values, that is ones and zeros, when you were studying physics in class 11th and 12th. Okay, the same thing inside of your JavaScript is termed as true and false, and these are the Boolean values that are available. Okay, so these are some of the data types that are there. Okay, there are some of the data types that are there. Okay, so let's try to understand. Let's go back to our page, and for example, if I'm writing something like hello world. Okay, so this is a string. Okay, this is a string. You can put it up in single inverted commas as well as double inverted commas. You can have spaces, you can have numbers, you can have anything, you can have special characters, whatever you want to put up inside of the string, you can have it right over there. Okay. Okay, so now one of the important concepts when it comes to strings is a concept of concatenation. Now, for example, when you have two numbers, let's say 4 plus 5, okay, you're having 4 plus 5 right over here. That gives you the answer as 9. Okay, so this is called as arithmetic operation, where you're adding it up. Okay, when you're adding it up right over here, it's called as addition or arithmetic operations that are there. Now, the same thing you can do it on a string as well. Let's say we are having two strings, hello, and you're having another string called as world. Okay, these are the two strings that are there. Okay, so if you want, you can put up a plus sign in between them. Now, what is this particular plus sign doing right over here? When you were using it on numbers, it was adding the two numbers together. Okay, it was adding the two numbers together right over here. Right over here, when you are doing it on your strings, it is called as concatenation. Okay, it is called as concatenation. That is, it is appending, it is attaching the two strings together. It's called as concatenation. It is attaching the two strings together. Okay, are you guys able to understand what is concatenation, guys? If I'm running this particular line of code, you are able to see that you're getting hello world. That is, you're attaching the two strings together, guys. You are concatenating them together. This process is called as concatenation. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand concatenation? Please do let me know. For single quotations as well, if you are using when creating a string, you can use double quotations or single quotations. That's totally up to you. Okay. Great. Now the next thing that we need to focus upon is right now we use the alert keyword. Okay, we use alert to show a notification. Now what if you want to take an input from the user? Okay, you showed something to the user was using the browser and you gave him an alert. What if you want to show something? What if you want to take an input from the user? Okay, to take up input from the user itself, it is pretty simple. Okay, it is pretty simple to take up an input from the user. What you have to do is, instead of using alert, we'll be using another function. So let's look at the alert function first of all. So the alert function that you are able to see right over here. Okay, you are having the function, you are having the message that is there, and then the ending portion right over here. Now similar to alert, there is another function in JavaScript that is called as the prompt function. Okay, so what do you understand by prompt in normal English? Can you guys let me know? What do you understand by prompt in normal English? Can you guys let me know? Okay, so this PDF will be made available to you guys on our Discord channel. Okay, this PDF that I'm currently using will be made available to you guys on the Discord channel. The link for the Discord channel has already been provided in the description of the video itself. If you're going to the description of the video right over here, let me just show it to you guys. So this is the video that you're currently watching right now, guys. If you're going down the description of the video itself, you will be able to see a link to the Discord channel. Okay, you will be able to see a link to our Discord channel. So let me just show it to you guys. Give me a second. Rajat, Parte, inside, if you are using a MacBook, you can just download your Chrome browser and it's the same right over there as well. There's no issues. Okay. The file will only be updated on the Discord channel itself, nowhere else, guys. Okay, the file will only be uploaded on the Discord channel and nowhere else, guys. Okay, so if you go into our Discord channel, this is the Discord channel as you are able to see right over here. If you are scrolling down below, we will be uploading it in a day or two inside of here, but you guys can go to the front end web development basics. Okay, right over here, resources for boot camps, and there you are able to see JavaScript basics.pdf. So you will be able to download the PDF from right over here. So that is where the PDF is already available, guys, for the backend web development bootcamp as well. So Node and Express, all the nodes, we have already uploaded it right over here. So if you want the access to the PDFs that we are currently using, it is already available on the Discord channel. Along with that, on the Discord channel, if you guys have any doubts or any queries or any concerns, you can put it up right over there, and somebody from our team or somebody from the community will be able to help you guys out from right over here. Okay. Okay, so if you don't have a Discord account, you can just create a new one. That's as simple as that. So for those who want the access to the PDF, it will be made available only on the Discord channel. Okay. Okay, so we have already discussed that. Let's continue back. So I was asking you guys for a question. Okay, that is, what is the meaning of prompt? Okay, what is the meaning of prompt in normal English? Like I said, the PDF will not be available on anywhere else, whether it be Telegram, LinkedIn, or WhatsApp group. Nowhere else. It will only be made available on the Discord channel, guys. Okay. Can you guys let me know what is the meaning of prompt in normal English? Okay, so immediate. Okay, or no, not pop up. Prompt is not pop up. Okay, so the meaning of the word prompt, guys, in normal English. Okay, so prompt is basically like the core meaning of the word is to tell something or to ask about something. Okay, you're prompting something. Okay, you're trying to say something to someone. We are trying to take some information from someone. Okay, so that is the meaning of the word prompt. Okay, and that is what we are going to do right now as well. We are going to prompt the user to provide us with some information, to provide us with some input. Okay, that is what we want to do. So we are going to use the keyword prompt, P-R-O-M-P-T, prompt. What is your name? Okay, the question that we want to ask, this is the question that we want to ask. Okay, that is, what is your name? That is a question that we want to ask, and prompt is what we are going to do. So as soon as I'm pressing enter, on this particular line of code, you're able to see we are getting another alert. We are again getting some kind of pop-up that is very similar to an alert. It also has like the what is your name written on top of it. Okay, it also has what is your name written on top of it. But the only difference between an alert and a prompt is that there is an entry field. Okay, there's a text field right over here. If we can, the user can give a input. But the user can give an input right over here. So let's try to give an input. Okay, the input that we are going, what is your name? So my name is Shaurya. Okay, my name is Shaurya right over here. Okay, so let us go put up OK, and as you're able to see, we are getting that input, whatever the input that the user provided to us using a prompt. Okay, whatever input the user provided to us using the prompt, we are able to get it inside of our console. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand prompt, guys? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand prompt? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So once you have understood alert, once you have understood prompt as well, the next thing that we need to focus upon is how to take how to log something out in the console. Up till now we were showing everything to the user. We were showing like creating an alert. Okay, we were showing the information to the user itself. What if we don't want to show the some information to the user? What if we want to print something out inside of here where we are writing our code? Okay, inside this place where we are writing our code is called as a console, guys. In this place where we are writing our code is called as a console. And let's say that we want to print something out in the console itself. We want to write something out in the console. Now for that we have another piece of code, that is console. The place that we are writing our code is called as a console. Okay, so console.log. Okay, console.log. Now what do you mean by the word log, guys? What do you mean by the word log in normal English? What do you mean by the word log in normal English, guys? Can you guys let me know? What do you mean by the word log, log in normal English, guys? Please let me know, guys. That's right, to record something. Okay, log basically means to record something. I'm logging down the entry points. Okay, I'm logging down a report to write something. Okay, that is what you're entering something, or to logging down something, to record something. That is what log means. Now what is our aim? Okay, our aim is to write something down inside our console, to log something out inside our console. So that is the reason why we are using console.log. Okay, console.log right over here. We want to record something into our console, and what do we want to write? Let's say hello world. Okay, we want to log out hello world into our console. So console, that is the place where we are writing our code. .log, that is we want to log something out into our console. Hello world, that is what we want to log out to our console itself. As soon as I'm pressing enter, you are able to see that hello world has been printed out into our console. Hello world has been printed out into our console. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Okay, so why this undefined is coming? Many number of times you must have seen this undefined coming right over here. So tomorrow we will be learning about functions. Once we have learned about functions, it will be very easy for you to understand why this undefined is coming. So please be patient for the same. Okay, right now I'm not telling you guys because you need require the knowledge of functions to be able to understand why undefined is coming right over here. Tomorrow we'll be learning about undefined. Once you have learned about once you have learned about functions tomorrow, you will be able to understand about this undefined as well. So do not worry about it, guys. The place where we are writing our code right over here is called as the console, guys. This place where we are writing our code is called as a console. What's the difference between an alert and a console? In an alert, you are showing it to the user itself. The user is getting a notification. Okay, that is what is happening in an alert. Whereas in a console.log, you are just logging it the information out inside of the console itself. Okay, console.log is used to record something in the console. That's right, Harshita. Okay. Vansh, that's great that you want to proceed a bit faster, but I have to take everybody along with me. Okay, can you explain one more time? Again, I will be explaining. If you want to write something down in the console, if you want to write something down inside of the console itself, then you are going to write console. That is the name of the place where you're writing the code. .log. You want to log something out in the console. You want to record something out in the console, and then you are having your hello world right over here. That is what you are putting it out inside the console. Okay, the next thing that we have to do, right over here, guys, is that we want to mention, okay, we want to write our so when we were using prompt, if you guys remember, okay, we were taking in an input from the user itself. We were taking an input from the user. But we are not able to use that input. Okay, we are not able to use that input. Okay. I would smile. What does it mean? Log. Log means to record something, to write something down. Okay, that's the meaning of log. That is what we are drawing right over there. Okay, so prompt, as you are able to see right over here, we are taking in an input from the user itself. Okay, we are taking in an input from the user itself, but we are not able to utilize that input. We are not able to get an access to that particular input that the user has put up right over there. Okay, what if we want to use it once again? So for that, you need to save it. You need to save this entire thing into something that is called as a variable. So right now we will be trying to understand what a variable is. We will try to understand what a variable is. So let's go back to our drawing board. Let's try to understand what a variable is, guys, first of all. Okay, so we'll use an example. I use it in all my boot camps, so I'll be using it in this particular boot camp as well. Okay, what is the difference between console and log? It's the same difference between your name and asking you to run. For example, I'm saying Said run. Said is your name. Running is the thing that I want you to do. The same thing goes on with console and log. Console was the place where you're writing your code, and log is something that you're trying to make sure that you're logging it out in the console. You want to record something down in the console itself. That's the difference. Okay. That's great, Ankit Jha, for the same. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, we are first going to learn about variables, guys. So let's say that you are a programmer. Okay, you are a programmer that has recently shifted to Bangalore. Okay, let's say that you are a programmer who has recently shifted to Bangalore. Now, I don't have a very good drawing or a very good handwriting, so I hope that you guys will be able to understand everything. Okay, so right over here, you came to Bangalore. Now, of course, you are a software engineer. A software engineer earns a lot at the end of the day. Okay, so a software engineer earns a lot at the end of the day. Let's say that your salary right now is 1 lakh rupees per month. That is your salary right now. Okay, that is 1 lakh rupees per month. That is your salary. Now, shifting to Bangalore, there will be some expenses as well. So, for example, you are taking up a house on rent. So your rent is like, let's say, 25,000 rupees. That is the rent of the house that you're currently living in. Let's say that you also go to the gym. Okay, you also go to the gym right now. So a gym membership fees is, let's say, 5,000 rupees per month. Okay, your gym membership fees is 5,000 rupees per month. The next thing that is there is, let's say that you are living in Bangalore. If you have heard about Bangalore's traffic, it's like shit. Okay, I've been stuck in the same place for almost an hour or so. That is the kind of traffic that is there in Bangalore. So you knew about it. You thought that, okay, I will take up a bike. I will take up a two-wheeler. So you got a bike on EMI. The EMI of the bike right now is, so let's say the EMI of the bike that you have bought is also 25,000 rupees. Okay, the EMI of the bike is also 25,000 rupees right over here. So your salary is 1 lakh, your rent is 25,000, your gym membership is 5,000 rupees, your EMI is also 25,000 rupees. Let's say that you are in your taxable bracket as well. You are in the taxable bracket right now. So the tax rate, okay, so the rate of your tax is 0.3, that is 30%. That is the tax rate that you are currently in. So these are the things that you know. Now the problem with this is that you are a programmer. You don't want to sit every single month, pay out your rent, pay out your gym membership fees, pay out your EMI, calculate your taxes, pay your taxes, calculate your savings, so how much savings that you have done, calculate your expenses. So all these different things you don't want to do on a monthly basis. You want to create a program, because you're a programmer, you want to create a program that is able to do all these different things for you. Okay, that is your aim. So you started writing the program. You have written you have successfully written 10,000 lines of code. Okay, you have written 10,000 lines of code to be able to create this entire program as well. Okay, to be able to create this entire program right over here. So let's say that for example, to calculate your taxes. Okay, so let's start with calculating your expenses itself. So let's say your expenses is like 25,000 in rent. Okay, this is your expense, plus 5,000 rupees in gym membership, plus your EMI that is there. So that is again 25,000 rupees. Okay, plus your taxes. So you have to calculate your taxes as well. Let's calculate your taxes, guys. So your tax is, let's say 1 lakh rupees minus your EMI, because EMI is a tax deductible thing. So let's separate your EMI right over here. So 25,000, okay, multiplied it by 0.3. So this is your tax. Okay, you have calculated your tax. Okay, in the same way you will have to add your taxes right over here as your expenses. That is also one kind of expense that is there. Okay, so let's calculate your tax. 1 lakh minus 25,000, and that is your expenses that are there. Now what is your savings? So your savings is basically your 1 lakh rupees, that is your salary, minus your entire like expenses. So that is 25,000. Then let me just copy paste it. Why to write it again? So I'm also a bit like ALSI, so I'll just like the programmer, I will use the copy paste tool to be able to do that. So this is your savings that you are able to do up till now. So this is your savings right over here. So these are the entire, like you have written 10,000 lines of code. So all this, I have written just a few lines of code just to make you guys understand. So you have written 10,000 lines of code to be able to do all that basic stuff for you. Okay, so do all that basic stuff for you. Okay, now what is the problem with this? Let's say that your landlady, okay, your landlady is an old meanie. Okay, she's a very mean lady. So this is your landlady right over here. Okay, she's a very mean person. She got to know that you are like a software engineer. Okay, you are earning a lot as well. So she decided that, okay, you are earning a lot, you have a lot of money as well, I'm increasing your rent. Okay, I'm increasing your rent from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. Okay, I'm increasing your rent from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. Now you decide that, okay, I don't want to leave this place. This place is amazing. The society is great. I don't want to shift. Like in shifting as well, there will be a lot of expenses that will be involved. So you have decided that I will stay in this home, and I've accepted your terms that, okay, I will increase the rent to 30,000 rupees. Now there's a problem with this. Okay, you have written 10,000 lines of code. You have written 10,000 lines of code that was able to handle all your different things for you. Now increasing the rent means that you have to go back to your code and change all your existing rent from 25,000 rupees, all your existing rent from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. Okay, from 25,000 rupees you will have to go to 10,000 lines of code to change the 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. Now some of you might be very intelligent. Okay, some of you might be very intelligent. Okay, you might say to me that, sir, why to do that? I can just do a control F, that is fine, and replace all the 25,000 rupees in my code to 30,000 rupees. But can you guys let me know what is the problem with this particular thing? Okay, if you're trying to find and replace, so this is a file. Okay, Okay, this is a file that you have created for your code. Okay, you're trying to find and replace all the 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. Is what is the problem with that? Okay, what is the problem with that, guys? Can you identify it? Coding is not just about coding stuff. It is also able to apply basic logic. Okay, can you guys let me know what is the problem that will be faced if I'm going to my file, if I'm changing, like if I'm doing control F and control R, just find and replace all the 25,000 with 30,000. What will be the problem, guys? Exactly, the EMI will also get changed. Okay, all the EMIs will also get changed, and you don't want to do that. Then the only alternative is that to go through these 10,000 lines of code line by line, finding every 25,000 rupees, trying to understand whether that 25,000 rupees is for your rent or for your EMI. Once you have understood that, then you will be updating it to 30,000 rupees. This is a very time taking stuff. Every time that your rent is getting increased or your EMI is changing or your taxes are getting changed, you'll have to go through the entire 10,000 lines of code again and again to be able to update it, and you don't want to do that. So instead of doing this, what we can do is we can use a nickname. Instead of using direct numbers into your code, instead of directly using numbers into your code, you can use nicknames. For example, right over here, instead of writing this particular sentence as tax, okay, you can write it as tax is equals to rate multiplied by salary minus EMI. Similar to that, you can write this entire stuff, that is your expenses, as EXP is equals to rent plus gym plus EMI plus tax. Okay, in the same way, okay, it is same in the same way you can write this as your savings, SAVE, save is equals to salary minus expenses. Okay, are you guys able to see this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. Anshul Pandey, that's great that you are able to understand everything. Okay, but there are still people who don't understand it. That is the reason why I like to take things very easy so that anybody can understand it, right? Okay, that is my aim. Okay, I also know this. This is very simple for me. JavaScript is very easy for me. Even Node.js Express is also something that I've been doing for the past 3 years. So it does not make any sense to conduct these boot camps. I could just open up any very hard project and just start working on it. But you won't be able to understand shit then. So then I will be judging you that why are you like not able to understand such simple stuff. Okay, so that is the thing. Like, I don't do that, and neither should you. You shouldn't be considering yourself to be superior than anybody else in the class. You need to make sure that everybody is on the same page. Everybody is, see, a community is only as good as the weakest link. If the weakest link is shit, then the community will never be able to grow. You have to always take care of the weakest person. Okay, that is how, like that, even like right now you are just a student. Later on you will become a software engineer. After that you will become a manager. Right now I'm managing almost 250 people inside of DevTown. I'm managing 250 people under me. So I cannot take this into account that, okay, he does not know this. No issues. I'll just take it on my own level. Okay. So that is how you are able to replace all these numbers with these like nicknames. Okay, with these nicknames that are there. Now, even though your landlady comes in, okay, she tells you that, okay, now the rent is like 30,000 rupees. You don't even have to look at these 10,000 lines of code. Okay, you don't even have to look at these 10,000 lines of code. What you have to do is you just have to come to these 5 lines of code. You just have to come to these 5 lines of code right over here, and you have to delete this 25,000 and replace it with a new value, that is 30,000. That is 30,000 right over here. So you have updated the rent from 25,000 to 30,000. Now anywhere inside your code itself, anywhere inside of your code, wherever you have used the word rent, right over here, that basically refers to this new value right now. Okay, so you don't even have to go to these 10,000 lines of code. Okay, you don't have to go to these 10,000 lines of code. You just have to update these nicknames right over here, and these nicknames is what you refer to as variables. This nickname is what you refer to as variables, and that is the use of variables, guys. Okay, instead of directly using values, you are able to store it in a particular variable and then later on use it. Now anywhere you want to change this particular value, you just have to update where you have declared it. Okay, where you have declared it right over here. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand variables, guys? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand variables? Please do let me know. Great. Now, another thing, how to think about variables. Okay, whenever you're thinking about variables, think about it as a box. For example, if I'm so how to create a variable in JavaScript. So the code for doing that is var, that is you want to create a variable. Then the name of the variable, let's say rent. It is the name of the variable, let's say that is rent. Var rent is equals to 30,000. Okay, this is how you create a variable. This is the code for creating a variable in JavaScript. Var is the short form for variable. That is, you are creating a variable itself. The name of the variable is rent, and the value that it contains is 30,000. And again, think about it as such as you are having a box that has the name of rent, okay, and has a value of 30,000 inside of it. As the value of 30,000 inside of it. That is how you can think about variables, guys. Okay. Great. Amazing, guys. Amazing. So okay, I don't want Anjali in my class, so I'm just removing her from the class itself. Give me a second. One of the best things about having our own channel is that I can just like remove anybody from my uh, classes. I don't like people who irritate me a lot. You know a lot, that's fine. I also know a lot. I don't want to curse a girl, so I'm not going to say anything. But yeah. So okay. So now she has left the chat. Okay, press F in respect for her. Let's continue with the same. Okay. Um. Let's continue. So again, like I'm telling you guys, if you're here to study, you're most welcome to our classes. I enjoy a lot people who ask questions, who like take part into building a community. Those who are not here to learn, fuck off. Okay. Okay, so let's continue from right over there, guys. So we have done with the prompt, we have done with the variables. Now let's try to use the variables. Okay, like I said, we need to first of all create a variable itself. So we are going to use var. Okay, var, the name of the variable rent is equals to say 15,000. Okay, var rent is equals to 15,000 right over here. So this is how you are able to create a variable. Now that you have created a variable, you can use it at any point of time. Okay, you can use it at any point of time. So you can write like rent right over here, rent plus 10,000, and that will give you like the answer as 25,000. So now you can use rent. Right now, as you're able to see, we have created a variable called as rent. There's the value of 15,000 right over here, and now you can use rent anywhere. Okay, and use rent as a normal value anywhere. Okay, the same thing. What our aim was for learning variables is that how can we save the input that we are getting from the user. Okay, if you guys remember this, what was the like why we were learning variables? We wanted to save the input that we are getting from the user into into our variable so that we are able to use it at a later point of time. To be able to do that, what we are going to do is we are going to write var name is equals to prompt what is your name. Okay, so what we are doing right over here is that prompt what is your name creates a prompt. The user will put an input right over there. The user will put up input right over there, and that input will then get saved into our variable that is called as name, into our variable that is called as name right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this sentence, guys? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this sentence? Please let me know, guys. So prompt what is your name, that is creating a prompt in which the user will be putting his name, and that name we want to save it into a variable so that we are able to use it at a later point of time, and that variable is, we are calling it as name. Okay, so var name will then save the input that we are getting from the user itself. Okay, so we'll press enter right over here. We are getting a prompt, right? Shoresna. We'll press enter, and as you're able to see, nothing is happening. Nothing has happened. We're not getting anything right over here. We're getting undefined. This undefined, as I've already told you, we'll be learning about it tomorrow once we've learned about functions. Okay, it is very easy to understand. Okay, do not worry about it. So when we are using name right now, let's say console dot log name, you are able to see that we are getting Shaurya Sinha printing out on our console. We are able to get Shaurya Sinha printed out on our console right over here. No issues. I will just repeat myself once again. Prompt, we have already learned about prompt. What the fuck is prompt? Prompt is taking in the input from the user, but we were not able to use that input. Once the user has given us the input, we're not able to use that input. We have learned about variables. Variables is like nicknaming any value so that we are able to use it at a later point of time. Okay, that is the use of variables. Now we are merging both the concepts. Okay, the value of this particular variable is equal to the value that the user is providing to us. The input that the user is giving to us, that is getting saved inside this particular nickname, inside this particular variable itself. Okay, later on I've used this particular, once I've run this particular line of code, we have used it right over here. So console.log, I'm logging the information, I'm logging the value that is stored inside of this console, or inside of this variable called as name. Okay, the value that has been stored inside of this variable called as name, I'm logging it out on the console, and as you're able to see, we are getting Shaurya Sinha, that is the input that has been given by the user on our screen. Are you guys able to understand it right now? Please do let me know, guys. I've already made you guys understood it 4 times. Are you still able to understand it right now or not? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. For those who are still not able to understand it, use logic, use brain. In Hindi, we call it as Sandhi Vichhed Karna. Okay, so if you're not able to understand this entire sentence, break it up in parts. The first half is var name, the second half is prompt. You have learned about prompt, you have learned about variable. Just apply your brains to merge them together. Okay, great. So we are getting, so now you can use name anywhere. Okay, you can just type a name right over here and you will be able to see that it contains the value Shaurya Sinha right over here. Okay, so that is it for variables, guys. As simple as that. Now in this particular class, we learned about var. There is 2 other types that are there, that is const and let. That is something that we'll be learning when we'll be starting out with Node.js. Okay, when we'll be starting out with Node.js, at that point of time when we'll be using it, at that point of time I'll be teaching you that, because like I said, always I have seen some comments that use let, use const, fala. I know, I've been coding in JavaScript for the past 3 years, I know it. Okay, but there's a process. I cannot teach it on the very first day, otherwise like there's a lack of concept building that is there. Okay, do you guys have any questions up till here? Please let me know, guys. When we'll start Node.js from day after tomorrow, we'll be starting out with Node.js, guys. Okay, day after tomorrow. How to download the PDF? No issues. I will tell you once again. Okay, for those who want the access to the notes for this particular boot camp, okay, those guys who want to get the access for notes for this particular boot camp, what you have to do is very simple. You have to go to the this is the video that you're currently watching. You have to go to the description of the video itself. You will be able to find a link to the Discord channel. Okay, you will be able to find a link to the Discord channel right over here. You have to click on that particular link. Okay, right over here, you have to click on that particular link. It will open up the Discord channel for you guys. Okay, so right over here, if I'm clicking on this particular link, it will take me to the Discord page. Okay, this is our community page that is there right over here. Only all the source materials, all the resources, all the doubt resolutions that you want will happen only on the Discord channel, guys, nowhere else. There you will be able to see, if you are like putting it down below, okay, you'll be able to see these resources for boot camps. Okay, you will be able to see the resources for boot camps. Okay, in the backend web development thing, you will be able to find the PDF for the backend web development bootcamp. You can download it from right over here. If you want to get the notes for JavaScript as well, you'll be able to find it for in the front end web development bootcamp. This is the notes for JavaScript. You can download it from right over here. The notes will not be made available anywhere else, only on these particular places itself. The rest, if you want to like learn more about like resume building or LinkedIn optimization or GitHub building or something like that, you want to like get some help or something like that, you can put up your doubts inside of the Discord channel, and someone from our team or someone from the community will be able to help you guys out. You can also introduce yourself. Okay, you can introduce yourself right over here. Get to know people in the community. We already have like almost 30,000 people inside the community itself. We are the second fastest growing community inside of India, and I think so within the next 3 months we'll become the fastest. That is our aim. So let's see if we're able to do it or not. Great. Otherwise, if you want to contact me directly, okay, you can. I've already provided you guys with my LinkedIn ID as well as Instagram ID as well. If you want to contact me, you can contact me on LinkedIn or Instagram directly. It will be great to connect with you and talk to you as well. Otherwise, like, yeah, that's totally going on. One of the suggestions that I'm having for you guys is that do follow us on Instagram. Okay, every single day we put down some good posts for you guys. Spend 5 minutes every single day on these posts. Go through them, learn it. Okay, whatever we have put it up right over here. For example, let's see, for this particular boot camp, for Java script boot camp, okay, go through this particular post, scripting versus programming languages. Try to understand it. Every single day you will be able to get to know a little bit more. That is very important, to build knowledge slowly and slowly over a long period of time. Okay, along with that, we try to make sure that there are some jokes and everything. Okay, so that you guys are also like happy at the end of the day. So we'll definitely try to do that. Okay, great. So right now I'll be showing you guys the attendance link for today, guys. Give me a second. Disputer COC, I have no ideas. Okay, you can contact us on our email ID. Somebody from the team will be able to help you guys out. Okay. Okay, so let me just open up the attendance for today, guys. Give me a second. So again, guys, after the end of the bootcamp, you have 1 hour to fill up the attendance. Okay, if that after that it will be late. Okay, it will be counted as late attendance. You guys have a limit of 2 late attendance itself, not more than that. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Okay, so you have to fill the attendance link within like an hour at the end of the bootcamp, guys. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Thank you so much, Mystical World. It means a lot. Actually, I'm taking up a boot camp right now, so I cannot accept your request as of this particular point of time. Once the class is over, I will definitely take it up. Okay. Okay, so as you're able to see, this is the QR code for today, guys. No, Sumit Dubey. Yesterday, I told you guys that this particular bootcamp will be extending for 8 to 9 days because there will be an additional class as well on API development in this bootcamp. That is the reason why. Okay. What type of project we'll be making in this bootcamp? We'll be making a backend web development project in this particular bootcamp, guys. Okay. Can you suggest a project for hackathon? So if you are interested in like building up a good project for hackathon, one of the projects that I worked upon, I will tell you guys about it. Of the projects that I worked upon, one of was the like we integrated the drowsiness detection of cars into like car itself. Like, so we set up a camera into the car and we created an entire drowsiness. So if you are like falling asleep, it will automatically like pull down your card and shift it to the side of the road itself. Okay, since like it will first create alerts. If you have crossed like 3 alerts, it will slow down your car. Even though if you're trying to pull up your car itself, it will slow it down and it will take it to the side of the road. So that was one of the projects that I worked upon. Another project that I worked upon in the hackathon was like it was a great project. It was basically in React and Node.js itself, using machine learning. So a disaster management system. So whenever there's a disaster in any area, okay, whenever there's a disaster in any area, there's a lot of different like fields. Okay, there's a lot of different camps that are being set up. For example, there's a camp that will just handle like any problems related to water. There'll be a camp that will be set up, the relief camp that will be set up that is deals with problems related to food, related to clothes, related to medicine. So there are different camps that are there. So we set up a system, okay, where people can enter their problems. Once they've entered their problem will get automatically classified into like 50 or 60 different categories. For example, you have written that there is a lack of food and water in my house and a particular person is hurt, okay, or something like that. You have written like this, okay, into your local language. So we supported like 10 different local languages, including Bengali, Gujarati, Hindi, Marathi, and English, and some other languages as well. So you can enter that right over there. It will get classified into like 10 different categories. Okay, that message will then be sent to those relief camps along with your exact location from where you have sent that message. So that is also an extremely good project to work upon. It was a really long project, but I really enjoyed it. Okay. Abhishek Chaudhary, you can sit at home and boycott Bollywood, but right over here, we are a learning community. We don't give a shit about Bollywood. Okay, how to scan the QR code? Yusuf Sheikh, you can use your Google Lens if you have an Android phone. If you have an iOS phone, you can use your normal camera. If you don't want to use either of that, you can download any of the apps from App Store, or you can just search for it on Google how to scan a QR code. You can also use like Paytm, Phone Pay, any of these scanners to scan it actually. So that is also something that you can do. Okay. So can you take a class on trading and stock market analysis? So I actually have a very good friend of mine who has started a startup of his on stock market analysis and trading. If you guys are interested in that, I can arrange a meet with him, guys, on one day. Are you guys like interested in something like trading? So I don't personally do trading. Okay, I am really very against it, because if I wanted to apply that much brain inside of trading, I could have applied it to create my own firm related to like coding itself. But I don't want to. I want to enjoy my life. But still, if you guys are interested in trading or something like that, can you guys let me know on the live chat? So one day I will just bring him in one of the boot camps and you guys can talk to him about it. Okay, are you guys interested in something like trading and something like that? Please do let me know, guys, because if you are interested only, then I will be bringing him in. Okay, I don't want to do something like I'm bringing in him and then students are like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, so okay. Okay, some of you are interested, so no issues in that. One day I will arrange a boot camp, not a boot camp, a session with him, and he's an excellent person, man. He's a Punjabi, so Punjabis are usually like just amazing. So he's a good friend of mine. I will definitely do that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. We will end the today's class right over here. We'll continuing it from tomorrow. Please start the DSA bootcamp. So yes, we'll be having a DSA bootcamp as well at the end of this month. So maybe the first of next month or the end of this month, we'll be starting out with a DSA bootcamp as well in C++. So we'll be learning C++ as well as data structures and algorithms right over here. C programming, do not learn C programming. C programming is just for your college, not for your placements. No company is going to ask you C in their like examination process. They're going to ask you C++ or Java. Okay, so do not waste your time learning C. Start with C++ immediately. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, and we'll meet in tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Please be on time at 7 o'clock for tomorrow's class, guys. Thank you, guys.